Matthew Ward message, ending of light versus dark battle on earth. With loving greetings from all souls at this station, this is Matthew. Creator Source, Supreme Being of the Cosmos, endowed all souls with the free will gift of using its love light energy to co-create whatever they could imagine. The Supreme Being of this universe, called God, or other names in reverence, used that gift in his domain to manifest joyous, healthy, prosperous, spiritually and consciously enlightened souls with remarkable innate powers. Some strong souls use their free will to put into dormancy 10 of weaker souls' 12 DNA strands and confined those benumbed souls in a matrix that excluded all the marvelous qualities and abilities God had bestowed upon them. Thus began their universal battle between the light forces and the dark forces, and it has been raging ever since. Let us liken that matrix to tightly wound balls of yarn in Earth's energy field of potential, which reflects activity on the planet. Down through the ages those balls stayed rigidly in place as activity in the field showed how one civilization after another was dominated by a succession of powerful, greedy, ruthless individuals. About 90 years ago an influx of light loosened the balls, and they started unraveling. They continued unraveling throughout the decades that followed, and today the matrix is but countless threads flailing chaotically. That analogy, however paltry, represents the ending of the universal battle on Earth. The dark forces fight with divisiveness, deception, corruption, and fear. The light forces use only the power of love, and in the continuum, they already have won the battle. The souls you have helped awaken now know this, and it will well serve them and you when truths start tumbling out. We don't know exactly when that will be, or the order in which truths will come forth, but it is realistic to anticipate that before long you will be amidst a virtual cauldron of emotional disturbance. The most dynamic stage of your Earth journey is nigh. You have been told by messengers of the light that of the billions of souls who wanted to experience this unprecedented time on Earth, in this universe, you were chosen because you are the strongest. That is not flattery, that is fact. It is why many of you are in the trenches, so to say, with white hats, red hats, or patriot groups, or are journalists, scientists, whistleblowers, or undercover agents, and all of you are radiating and anchoring the light that is undergirding all rightful activities and actions. Beloved sisters and brothers, you've got this. Matthew often says, be fearless, as if fear always is negative. What about when it gives a person an adrenaline rush that saves his own life, or someone else's? It isn't fear, it is fearlessness that motivates someone to dash headlong into danger to save a life. Fear paralyzes the mind. It is clear thinking and common sense that are your allies when swift action is needed, and we're not overlooking the value of knowing survival techniques. It isn't fear that motivates firefighters to run into a burning building and carry out individuals caught in the blaze, and Coast Guardsmen don't act from fear when they dive into frigid waters to rescue drowning persons. Those responders act knowledgeably and appropriately as well as courageously. Fear isn't what spurs people to help strangers who are trapped in a crashed vehicle or who are struggling to rise after a fall, for instance. They see that help is needed, and their response comes from the heart. Conscience, instinct, and intuition are ingredients of the soul, and thereby our natural reactions. Fear is an acquired sensation, taught to children, or they learn it by observation. Parents, by example and guidance, please teach your children safety measures and precautions, not fearfulness. Not only is fear a greatly magnified emotion with vibrations in the lowest frequency range, it is contagious. When a person fears a current or imminent situation, or even somewhat if that strong energy flows to nearby individuals who then also have sensations of fright. And fear is the Dark One's source of fuel, and perhaps their most effective tool. Their very survival requires a continual supply of low-frequency energy, so they create situations that cause widespread fear in the populace, whose reactions supply the low vibrations that sustain the producers of those situations. That vicious cycle involves the universal law of attraction. Energy streamers with fear attachments shoot into the collective consciousness, find situations with matching energy, and bring those back to earth, thus perpetuating fear-filled circumstances. Dear ones, be fearless. Will the winner of the U.S. presidential election make positive differences worldwide? It would not be accurate to attribute positive differences to the election winner or any other individual. The pathway to benevolent changes in your world has been paved by the light forces volunteers, other light workers such as the hats, members of the extraterrestrial special forces, all persons living in godly ways, and light beaming far distant civilizations, and the ever-rising vibrations that are fortifying all efforts based in goodness. The public doesn't know about the light forces, and it's doubtful that they are thinking about vibrations. However, those powerful sources have major roles in all elections, and other national affairs, and their aftermath. Whatever gains permanence anywhere in the world will be aligned with the light, and anything with base intention will be fleeting, or never get off the ground. It's clear that my memory is slipping away, and dementia is a logical concern now. Please ask Matthew when we'll have technology that can restore lost memory. It would be jumping the gun to ease concerns about dementia, so let us address slipping memory. Mother, please look for the passage about this topic and copy it here. Samantha talked about memory loss during one of our long conversations in 2003 that became the Samantha chapter in Illuminations for a New Era. His highly evolved civilization is a soul collective in which unity consciousness is so satisfying, there is no mental or emotional individuation of the souls. You decry the loss of time that seems to be zipping by, and another loss you lament is memory. Neither of these aspects of third-dimensional awareness is being lost, dear ones. Time never has been as you devised it, with 24 hours each day, and 12 months in a year, and so forth. This has served you well. But no longer is this happening. Your time structure is collapsing as energy is moving at its lighter density speed, and your periods of light and dark are coming with more velocity. So rather than time being lost, it is speeding up. The memories that many of you speak of as gone are not. With the acceleration of everything within the universe, it is natural that the cells of your body are reacting to being lifted into a higher survival mode. Most of all, this is affecting your brains, the computers that turn on your thinking and reasoning processes, and this is necessary. The light being absorbed by your cells is allowing your brains to slough the layers of forgetfulness and programming that have denied them full functioning ability. If you are not experiencing any memory loss, or a sense of scattered thinking, then you are stuck in the third density that not much longer will be the status of Earth's being. So it is desirable for you to feel not quite firmly in touch with the reality of the day or the environment. Thank you, Mother. Not remembering clearly has become commonplace, and Samantha's explanation will relieve many minds. Is karma involved in satanic rituals or deaths due to weather warfare? First, let us say that during the past few decades Earth's karmic merry-go-round has been slowing, and now is nearly motionless. At this point in the process of personal ascension, almost everyone who chose to complete all karmic lessons in this lifetime instead of in stages during several lifetimes are nearing their goal, albeit with loving assistance of caring souls in many cases, and many already have transitioned to spirit life. So choosing as a karmic lesson death by the question means would be extremely rare, especially for youngsters. Adults who did not choose to perish when and how they did, via Satanism or disasters caused by weather warfare, receive customized treatment in Nirvana's healing centers with medical assisters constantly in attendance. When the etheric body is strong, and the psyche healed, those persons are gifted with advancement in evolutionary status, and elevated to a higher level in Nirvana, where there are more choices of residence, amenities, encapsulated weather areas and means of travel throughout the realm. Young children through early teenage also receive customized treatment for damaged bodies and psyches. Throughout the recovery process, each is lovingly nurtured by a personal caretaker, and trained counselors conduct special exercises, activities, and age-appropriate classes designed to reduce the intensity of cellular memory in subsequent incarnations. divine grace enters the treatment of infants and toddlers used in satanic rituals, which began soon after darkness entered this universe. Without extraordinary intervention, psychic and physical trauma at such a young age can remain in cellular memory for as many as 20 lifetimes, and no soul would willingly choose to be haunted by that horror. Therefore, long ages ago, a unique world was established for the youngest victims of Satanism. Each baby or little child lives in a cheerful room with friendly animals as companions, while a specialist gently soothes cellular memories. Whether that process takes a year or a century, the tiny residents don't age. Aging would let cells change, and the effect would be like releasing lethal toxins into the environment. When the psyche and body are healed, the soul has a celebration of gratitude, then dematerializes the little body, and designs one for an infant with minimal awareness. The new soul's introduction to mortality is a short, tender experience of feeling safe and cherished. The original soul's second personage has more awareness, and lives a bit longer, and souls in subsequent incarnations have increasing measures of intelligence, reasoning ability and growth experiencing. That gradual return to a normal lifespan reduces the effects of cellular memory until it has only minimal subliminal influence on the person's life. Individuals whose diabolical acts cause that kind of suffering and death incur karma that may be a number of very difficult lifetimes in a third density world, confinement in the tiny orb where the density matches their lifetime energy, or reabsorption by Creator Source wherein all souls had their beginnings. Let us add that nirvana will continue ascending with Earth into successively lighter energy planes, but the orb will not. When all Earth humankind are 4D in evolutionary status, the orb's residents will be transferred to a similar dense outpost of a 3D civilization spirit world, and the orb's energy will be neutralized with an infusion of light, then return to one of the universe's energy pools. Revealing the truth about Dark One's unconscionable acts is the part of planetary cleansing that will enable all souls and Earth herself to heal and move forward. Dearest family, simply by being, you are a powerhouse of the love light that does the healing. All light beings in this universe honor you for steadfastness in your mission, and with unconditional love support you. November's theme, Navigating the Underworld. Hello beautiful soul. As we transition from October into the darkest part of the year, we also deepen our connection with the unseen spiritual realm and the underworld. We stand on a threshold of change in the human mind as cosmic forces continue to shift our sense of reality and release illusion. The underworld has many aspects to it, such as the unconscious mind, where archetypal and instinctual knowledge reside. Dreams, our dreaming life, and the images and shadows of the dark side of the soul. Myths and stories. The underworld can be connected to myths and stories of the underworld, and the gods/goddesses and figures of death. Those that have crossed over, the underworld can represent the dead, and is an opportunity to commune with our ancestors to receive guidance. As well, we connect to otherworldly beings more easily. Disowned parts of the self. The underworld can symbolize disowned and exiled parts of the self, the shadow bits we do not wish to see. True redemptions. The underworld can symbolize true redemptions, healing recoveries, and new life. All of these parts of the underworld depend on us successfully navigating the shadow world, and allows us the opportunity to channel higher information and guidance, experience mysticism/mediumship, and achieve heightened alter states. During November we descend into the underworld, and are challenged to confront our fears, embrace our shadow selves, and find inner strength and transformation. As we navigate this path, it allows us to break cycles of trauma, karmic residue, conditioning, and emotional repression, so that we can cultivate a deeper relationship with the self and anchor in a sense of soulful purpose. We are called to new beginnings without any hint of the past on all levels of reality. The enchanter/enchantress is the archetype that supports us as we descend and ascend in underworld journeys, where our ego consciousness contacts the unconscious, and where we learn to endure and transform the dark moments of human life. This archetype is connected with the 8th chakra, the rainbow portal to multidimensional reality, and is the guardian for universal truth. The Enchanter/Enchantress encompasses the integration of the lower chakras and earthly realms with the higher vibrating dimensions to allow us to live in multidimensional realities. Embodying this archetype aids you in attuning to the higher messages about the changes you need to make in your life via spiritual wisdom. This archetype assists you to be fully feeling and integrate multidimensional consciousness with grace and surrender. In doing so, you will reclaim your power, courage, and responsibility in service to the higher good. Without being connected to the 8th chakra and this archetype, you engage in the negative shadow of the Tempter/Temptress. See my video for more. During this growing dark time of chaos, instability, and uncertainty, successfully navigating the underworld in November is key to not only our sanity and individual ascension, but is the gateway to the next phase of the New Earth paradigm. Source: arrayoflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light. Click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.